Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are aware, yesterday night Merlin Entertainment did announce that all of their Merlin parks, including Thorpe Park, Legoland, Chessington, Alton Towers, would be closing until further notice. Now, obviously this is due to COVID-19 or the coronavirus, and they did detail a lot of stuff on their website about what they're planning to do in the future and how they're going to deal with this situation. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be going through in today's video. I'm not going to be going over the actual announcement itself because I feel like a lot of people have already touched on that and I don't really need to go over it. However, I will obviously be detailing what's going to happen with annual passes, what's going to happen in regards to when it's going to open, how it's going to affect the parks in the future, and just general stuff like that. As like a little update for you guys. Now, I weren't really planning on doing this, but obviously now that I've learned a little bit more information, it does seem that there is quite a lot on the underbelly of this situation that I do need to discuss. So if you guys do go on to enjoy the video, make sure to leave any video suggestions you have down in the comments below, because yeah, I'm going to have a lot of time on my hands now since I'm off school. All my exams apparently have been cancelled, so yeah. That's lovely, but you know, I'll have a little bit more time on my hands to make videos for you guys. So yeah, just leave any video suggestions you guys have down in the comments below then. So without further ado, let's get right into this. Okay then, so let's start with one of the more actually important things to do with this situation, and that is ticket refunding. Now, Alton Towers and the wider Merlin Group, including Thorpe Park, Chessington and Legoland, have all stated that from now until the 25th of April, all tickets or short breaks that had been booked in between that window will be able to get a full refund. So if you're out there and you're wondering, what do I do if I've booked a ticket or a short break, go onto their website, whatever park you are planning on visiting, and there should be a kind of tab or a link you need to click on that will take you to somewhere where you can get your ticket refunded. Now, obviously, Alton Towers have stated that any tickets that have been booked after the 25th of April, you know, that's still up for debatability whether or not, you know, they're still going to refund, because obviously that is a couple of weeks away now. I'll get into all that in a little second because that does link in with when it's actually going to be opening again, so I'll talk about that in just a second. But yeah, if you have booked a ticket within that window, you can get the full refund, and Alton Towers and Merlin, everybody have said that they want to prioritise these people that have had this booked within the first couple of weeks, just to kind of control the refund situation, so not everyone is kind of flooded in trying to refund their tickets all at once, which I do understand, and obviously it does help control this situation a little bit better. Now, on the flip side to this, obviously, a lot of people have been discussing what's going to happen with annual passes, whether it be annual passes specific to that park, or whether it be a Merlin annual pass. Merlin have outright stated that any yearly passes that have been purchased this year will have an extra couple of months on, obviously, to the duration of the actual pass itself. Obviously, I'll add on the months that have been missed. So say if this closure happens for 2 months, they'll then add on 2 months to the pass, and so on and so forth. If you are paying a monthly membership like myself, you still don't have to worry. They are not charging you for the months that this will be closed, so don't worry about payments going out even though you're not going to be able to go, because that is something Merlin have stated they are going to try and do. So obviously in the annual pass regards, it does look like they have got a very, very good handle on this. In terms of park specific passes, I'm assuming they'll go the same. I'm assuming that they'll add extra months on, or if it's a monthly payment, they'll obviously cancel the payments due in the months that are closed. So I think if you do own an annual pass, just keep it, don't cancel it just yet, just wait it out. And obviously they have said that they are going to send emails out to every annual pass owner over the next couple of days, so obviously you will get a confirmation email about this, just telling you what's going to happen. Okay, so quite possibly the biggest question everyone is asking at the moment is, when will these parks be reopening? Now, at this moment in time, Merlin Entertainments have said that all of their parks will be closed until further notice, which could be months, it could be weeks. Obviously, with the peak of the virus due to be coming in about June, I can't really see them opening before that, but at least the upside is that potentially it will be open for the summer, which is obviously when these theme parks do thrive. However, on Alton Towers' website, under their ticket booking in their facts and questions, they did state that any tickets after the 25th of April will not be refunded. Now this kind of, to me, can go one of two ways. One way is that they're planning to open on the 25th and they're kind of telling people to hold fire on refunding tickets at that point. However, obviously they wouldn't have outright stated this due to the uncertainty of the situation and the fact they don't know for sure. But the closer we get to that time, the closer they're going to be like, okay, yeah, we're probably not going to open at that point. Let's just refund the tickets for a couple of weeks after. And I think they'll continue to do that until they select a date where they think, right, it's safe to open. Because obviously all these parks have been in contact with the Public Health of England, who have been guiding them through this situation over the last couple of weeks, and they are the people that have decided that it is unsafe to open. So obviously once the Public Health of England does then judge the park to be safe, they will then be able to reopen to the public. So yeah, it's potential we could be opening next month. But wouldn't exactly say that is concrete. Obviously, this is only going off by what kind of Alton Towers have said about their ticket refunding. Potentially, they could just be, like I said earlier, doing this in batches to kind of control it. But to me, it does seem kind of intentional that I've said the 25th, because obviously they may be kind of holding people off refunding their tickets just in case it does open. Okay then, so next thing I'm going to talk about is something that not a lot of people have actually been discussing about this situation. That is how this is actually going to impact these parks financially over the next probably year, to be fair. If these parks are closed until summer, it will not be as bad and the long-lasting effects will not be that bad. They will lose at least 3 or 4 months of profit, which in turn is absolutely massive for the park. You think of how many people book and buy tickets a day. That is going to leave a significant loss on Thorpe Park, Alton Towers, Legoland, Chessington, you know, the dungeons, the London dungeons, all of the London attractions are going to be affected by this as well. Which could mean that investments are delayed for the next couple of years, which unfortunately could mean that if there was planning to be a coaster opening at Thorpe Park within the next couple of years, that could have been delayed a little bit more now. So obviously, you know, if it is only closed for a couple of months, it won't affect the parks as much as it would be if it's closed maybe until September, because a lot of people are saying that potentially, you know, this could be closed until September, until Halloween sort of time, which would really leave a massive effect on the park in its future. Obviously, with what Thorpe Park, Alton Towers and that have said, all the tickets can either be refunded or revalidated for a different date, but these dates cannot be for Scarefest. So this, to me, seems like they're trying to go ahead with Scarefest and stuff like that. They have stated that they will be adding extra days onto that, which is obviously a bonus. So it obviously does look like they're planning to open at the end of the year at some point, maybe, as a kind of like a last resort. But hopefully, fingers crossed, this virus does kind of get slowed with the measures the government have taken in kind of trying to ban, not really ban, but kind of avoid these public gatherings, to social distance, closing schools, you know, stuff like that. Hopefully this will in turn slow the virus and allow these parks and everybody really to go back to their normal lives, because not only theme park enthusiasts are being affected by this, there's a lot of people out there that enjoy things other than theme parks, like football, sports, that have all been cancelled as well. So we're not the only ones that are feeling like this. So the quicker we get rid of this virus, the quicker we slow it, the more likely we're going to be back in these parks sooner. But obviously, you know, this could mean still a couple of months. Now, obviously, that's all I'm going to say on the matter from this point onwards. I'm not going to be dwelling in this at all. I'm going to be carrying on making, you know, content for you guys as much as I can. Like I said, definitely leave any video suggestions you guys have, because I kind of want to just kind of put this behind us. Everyone who is affected or is quarantined, you know, obviously my thoughts do, you know, go out to them. This is an absolutely horrible thing to go through. And I'm going to try and keep positive on this channel as much as I can until these parks open. And I'm very, very glad that Merlin have made this decision to close their parks for health and safety. And obviously, I would much rather this happen before it's opening than in the middle of its opening. Obviously, because that would create a lot of mess within itself. And obviously, after this virus is done and after we are let into these parks, we are then almost guaranteed that this will stay open, you know, until further closure due to obviously closed season, because after this virus is done, you know, it will be safe for us to be let in there as per normal. So yeah, it's just a waiting game at this point. I'm not really going to talk about this any further on my channel. Like I said, I'm not even going to mention it. So yeah, obviously, you know, good luck to anybody out there who has had their tickets booked and may not be able to refund them after the 25th. But I'm sure Alton Towers and that will assure that you will be able to refund or revalidate your tickets if they are still closed after that date. So without further ado, guys, sorry to start off the weekend with a very, very kind of depressing note, but I will see you guys later.